lecture number 3, and we will be doing 1M1 and 1D1. It says assess the information requirements for making a strategic decision in a chosen organization. I specifically do not remember yet that for this task, are we required to use SME or a multinational, but for now it is SME only. And the question itself is talking about the information, the deadline, the requirements, which are necessary to go and cope up with the strategic decision-making skills. The command verb is assess, and it means you need to work on judgment and a counter argument against it. What actually the question is asking, it is to inform us that we need to pick an organization. A hypothetical organization means it doesn't exist in reality. You are just, making example by your own self. That is too acceptable as well. Just you need to mention this, that it's in hypothetical, until and unless it is necessary mentioned in the assignment brief and the suggested evidence that it is to use a real organization. Then think about a strategic decision that organization might make, for example, entering a new market, launching a new product, expanding into the production, adopting new tech, or merging with another company. All these are what? These are the strategic decision thoughts, and you need to highlight any one of them. Then you need to work on the identification of the information which is necessary to make the decision effectiveness by using two types, always internal and external. In the internal, you will be probably discussing about the financial performance, resources, workforce capacity, current market share. All these things need to be mentioned in your solution. Then for the external information, we are going to work on the competitors, consumer demand, government regulation, economic trends, technological changes as well. Then the question, assess. It means not just listing up, but explaining how important each type of information is, what role it plays, and what could happen if the organization did not have it. That is, working it in depth, doing the analysis, and then coming towards a conclusion. For example, it's not an SME, by the way. If Tesco wants to expand into Saudi Arabia, it needs into information on the local consumer preferences. That is critical. Government laws, it is necessary, essential thing. And financial projection, that is an important thing, necessary, vital. Without these, the decision could fail. And these are basically bricks for the strategic decision making. Showing that strategic decisions need reliable, relevant, and timely information, half of the factors of SMART element, and being able to evaluate which types of information are most important and why in the chosen organization you have selected in the assignment brief. So it could be any real listening or a hypothetical as well. I chose the UN, United Nations. It's an international organization founded in 1945 after World War II to promote the peace, security, and cooperation among the nations. Its goals are centered on fostering the diplomacy, upholding the human rights, supporting the sustainable development, and providing humanitarian aid during the crisis. Though it's absolutely a crash at the moment, what they did with the Gaza, it's quite visible in front of everyone. But again, headquartered in the New York City, the UN has, what actually the reason is to discuss the history of it and introductory. When you will be selecting an organization, it is mandatory that at least talk about the organization, what it is about, what services they opt for. Now it's the member for 193 member states representing nearly every country in the world. You can even choose World Bank. When assessing information requirements for strategic decision-making within the United Nations, it is essential to address a range of criteria to ensure that the information used is comprehensive, that is not too long but not too short, reliable from the authentic sources, and well-suited to the organization's unique global mandate. Unique global mandate means they are known for it, whatever the organization is. A slogan. Range and scope, the first point was, the range and scope of the information required for the UN strategic decisions are vast and often encompass data from multiple countries, sectors, and population, because they collect the data not from one surrounded body, it is from every governmental organizations and bodies, and then they amalgamate the result. That is how we should see all those statistical graphs. Decisions may cover anything from climate policy to peacekeeping and humanitarian aid, anything. Assessment. Due to its global reach, the UN requires information from the diverse sources, including the member states, international organizations, NGOs, and on-ground teams as well. Information should cover the social, economic, environmental, and political aspects to align with the UN's Sustainable Goals SDGs. In total, there are 17, and ensure the decisions are well rounded. Now, every organization has information according to it. If you select an organization from food industry or automobile industry, the information is totally going to be different because the main basic thing is to focus on internal information and external information. For example, for an initiative on the global health, the UN may gather health statistics from the countries, reports from the World Health Organization, and data from the NGOs to ensure comprehensive coverage of all the aspects from the disease prevalence to health infrastructure. We recently had the COVID pandemic going on. Now it's mandatory to give the vaccines to specific girl age group 9 to 14. Now let's see what happens next. Slowly and gradually, they're introducing the trend of vaccine in literally every person and in country too. Quantitative versus qualitative information. Quantitative data involves numbers and statistical analysis, whereas the qualitative data, quantity means numbers, quality means the sense of the product, the quality, the projection. Data provides insights into the context, motivations, and social factors as well. So you do not conclude your opinions, your work only on two solid grounds. There are others as well, which you can call ceteris paribus things, other factors. Assessment. Both types are essential for the UN decision making. Quantitative data, like gross domestic product for every country is different, or the carbon emission levels. When you really want the carbon dioxide levels must be reduced and oxygen must be at the higher pace. Offers the measurable indicators. These are actually called indicators in the economic language. Qualitative data, however, such as interviews and case studies, is vital to understand cultural or regional nuances that may impact policy effectiveness. Without talking to the people, asking their opinions, doing the judgments, and populatingly collect up the results, we cannot go ahead and take the decisions further. That is why quality too matters. For example, when addressing the gender equality, one of the SDGs goal, the UN would benefit from the quantitative data, such as employment rates of women. It could be literacy rates as well. Many things come under this. And the qualitative data could be societal attitude towards the gender roles. That is, we do not go for equilibrialized roles. We always discriminate between male gender and female gender to implement policies sensitive to the cultural indifferences. That also an aspect that according to culture, according to cities and countries, we have different ethics going on. Reliability. Information reliability indicates that trustworthiness and consistency of the data. Reliability means that we're getting the data, the source of information is authentic, it is reliable. Grasping on the data from an unknown source, it is a proper registered one. The reliable information ensures that the data sources have been vetted and verified. Assessment. The UN relies on the accurate, trustworthy data to maintain credibility and avoid misallocation of the resources because already those resources are scarce. They are not in abundant quantity. So we have to use very efficient mind acts. Data from the government agencies, trusted international organizations, and well-regarded research bodies are generally reliable because they are registered. That is why. Information from the unverified or biased sources could skew the strategic decisions. Because if one wrong move, it can literally destroy the whole organization mechanism. For example, for the environmental sustainability initiatives, the UN might prioritize satellite data from reputable space agencies over unofficial sources to ensure reliable climate assessments. That is the only reason we're able to predict the future, not the future, the coming weather as well, within the week, the next day, the hour as well. Currency. Currency means referring to the timeliness of the data, that is, information is up to date and relevant to current conditions. Now, maybe you can mix up this currency word with the currency exchange rate, but the real word for the currency exchange rate is the exchange rate. that one currency into another of a country, that's Saudi Riyal into PKR. But currency in the terms of strategic decision making and in terminology of business study means that we need to relate our information, the data, whether it's internal, external, the latest one, up to date. Assessment timely information is critical for in the dynamic situations like conflict zones or humanitarian crisis. Again, example is front of you, Israel Gaza, where outdated information could lead to ineffective or even harmful actions. What they do, even you talk about them, they just literally shadow ban your accounts on the Instagrams as well, and it's really scary. However, in some fields, like the historical policy analysis, older data may also be valuable as well, the one which was in the past. Now, the real issue going on, the AI Gemini, they can literally change your pictures, your face, anything, whatever you want. It is so scary. For example, in responding to a natural disaster, the UN would prioritize the real-time data and affected population, infrastructure damage, and urgent needs rather than the outdated reports from the prior incidents. Like, oh, right now we had floods and the monsoon heavy rainfall going on in Pakistan. The specific areas, they have been outdated, and we were able to capture the data, the view, the aerial view through different drones and landscape satellites. And then graphs are made, pictures are outdated, and then people do discussions on it, the researchers. Validity, basically the authentication. Validity ensures that the data accurately measures what it tends to and is relevant to the strategic objectives at hand. That's what you want to achieve and what you are doing in reality and what you have done so far. Assessment for the strategic decision, the UN requires data that is not only reliable but also valid in the context of its goals. Information should directly support the specific objectives the UN aims to achieve, such as peace, human rights, or sustainable development. UN is famous for these three slogans as well, and you need to keep your data updated according to it. For example, if the UN is planning a poverty alleviation program that if they want to eradicate it, though they cannot, it would need income data that reflects the true living standards of the population. That is how if you remember, maybe if anyone you have studied business in your AO levels or matriculation college life, the progressing income or regressing income, in which we decide what sort of people are going to get the taxes. The people who earn high, they also give less taxes. The people, again, who earn less, they give more taxes as well. So it depends country to country and their policies. Not the data skewed, but the factors like seasonal employment fluctuations. Like at the moment in the northern areas, the autumn season has started. So now we do need the workers there, and people are there to collect all the leaves, and they are going to use it for lighting up their homes in the winter. Fitness for the purpose. Information must be suited to the specific decision-making needs, meaning it should be relevant, detailed, and aligned with the strategic objectives. What the objectives of the organization are. Try to keep your work, research, topic selection, everything according to it. If you're not intentionally doing things according to the purpose stated, things are going to be worse at the end. The UN's mission requires data tailored to its goals of promoting peace, security, and human rights, what they do, and say to everyone. Information should address the unique needs of different initiatives, whether it is rapid response in conflict area or long-term development planning. It could be anything. You want to build a new city, like Saudi is working a lot for 2030 vision. Soon, you people are going to convert into digital currency as well. For example, for decision-making around refugee resettlement, data on housing, employment opportunities, and local community support would be more appropriate than unrelated economic indicators. In short, in the economic indicators, we have employment, inflation rate, interest rate, money supply, subsidies, fiscal monetary policies, and FDIs as well, capital account, current account. Anything comes under this, and balance of payment. In the context of the United Nations, assessing these information requirements for the strategic decision-making is crucial to making informed, impactful, and globally responsible choices. That is for doing everything according to proper rubric and on a purpose. The unique scale and mission of the UN mean with each data type from the quantitative to qualitative data and from real-time information to broader trend plays an essential role. So what they do, they grasp the data, work on it, and then people do the discussion on it. They give their opinions and views. Through rigorous assessment and application of these criteria, the UN can uphold its missions to address complex global challenges effectively. Again, the same thing. You need to select the organization, and the points are going to vary then. Not the indicative content points, the material into it. Just a summary and an SME example, because I forgot to add that in the start. Strategic decision example for Tasdeep Baker. I hope everyone knows about it. Rosanna, you won't be knowing it because you did ever visited Pakistan? No, you are from Bangladesh.
No, but we were neighbors back then. We were neighbors back then, so
Yeah,
we have no idea
definitely.
about this. Yeah,
It's an
yeah.
SME bakery, a small bakery in city. Expanding outlets to another city now they have opened in Lahore, again a city of Pakistan. The international information required, how we can adjust in this scenario. Financial data, the current profits, capital available for the investment, that is what they're going to work on, because it's not a multinational, not a global organization, a small SME. So the internal information is only going to be based on small things. Then the second point for it is operational capacity, production ability, how many things they can produce in a day, all the bakery items, supply chain efficiency, that is transporting the products to different branches of Islamabad and then to Lahore as well. Workforce skills, everybody needs, like every department needs a skilled person for it. Sales trend, popular product, seasonal demand. Like in summers, the most famous cake for Tasdee Baker is the mango cake. And now, just because of the Dubai viral chocolate, they do have the Dubai viral kunafa cake as well, which is again going viral here in the city. Then external information for an SME bakery, market research, the point, customer preferences in the new city, competitors like Gourmet and Jalalson's. Again, these are the competitors of an SME Tahzeeb. Economic condition, inflation, raw material cost. Before that, Tahzeeb was nothing. It was really cheap, though not very cheap. Few people could afford it. Now it is, according to, you can say, the big brands, Brew and Lefology. Regulatory requirements, food safety standards, local taxation, they are again filers, they pay the taxes, and they have nice standards of the food safety as well. Location analysis, rent, accessibility, population density, where they think people are going to buy more, they open the branch. Assessment. Without reliable information of the financial and market information, expansion could fail due to misjudging the cost or customer demand through. If we don't, why they were able to open a branch in Lahore? Because people used to come here and take the stuff not for Lahore, Karachi, but for the other country as well. Their cookies are really famous. Internal operational readiness is just as critical as the external opportunities. Both have an important, what do we call that? Significance. Therefore, the ZEEP must integrate both internal sources and external market regulations data for sound strategic decision making. When you combine both these elements, then you're able to take strong decisions. It says evaluate the role of integrated information systems in supporting the strategic decision making. Always focusing on the command word first, that you need to work on both strengths and weaknesses, similarity and differences, judgment, and a conclusion. Now, whatever the points are going to be mentioned in the indicative content, the explanation is necessary individual basis. Then you can add strengths and weaknesses. And once done all these things with all the points, you can go for the similarities and differences. The question is about the role of integrated information system, that is the IS system, in making and helping out the strategic decision making. Let's see what we have in this. Focusing on the integrated information system, this is actually the explanation of the question, IIS. These are the system like ERP, enterprise resource planning, CRM, customer relationship management, SCM, supply chain. All these three important elements are actually the degrees as well. People do the basic degrees, bachelorate, even the masters in these three things, because these are now really into, you can say, trend. People are literally earning really good positions in the organizations. Now, there are combined platforms that link finance, HR, operations, sales, and marketing into one unified system. And what they do indirectly, they combine these systems together and work on. For example, the SAP, Oracle, Microsoft Dynamics, Salesforce, these are the organizations which have these integrated information systems in it. And what these systems are basically the CRM, the ERP, and the supply chain management. And there are many others as well. A link to the information system that is integrated one. Strategic decisions are the long-term big picture decision, for example, expansion, conglomerate, diversification, acquisition, investment, product development, mergers. All these decisions, which are on huge scale, they are actually known as strategic decisions. Integrated systems provide the real-time, accurate company-wide data to support those decisions. Again, all those information which is required on focusing on taking exact decisions with the time frame, they are known as strategic decision making, and they are the requirement of IS as well. Evaluation means go beyond describing, that is, discussion of the strengths, limitations, effectiveness, and impact. For example, the strength of this topic could be better coordination, improved forecasting, data accuracy, faster decision making. However, high cost, complexity, potential data security risk. So, what is the main question in this assessment criteria? How do integrated information systems help or hinder both think? Good point, bad point. Managers in making the strategic decisions and how effective are they in practice? Taking decision is not a big deal. When it comes for the implementation part, there the problem arise. The description of command verb, and now the question starts with an IISS. Okay. Integrated information system. These are the systems that unify various data sources, applications, and processes across an organization into a single cohesive framework. That is, they confine and conjoin everything into one system, and everybody is getting benefit from it. We talked about that in the integrated information system, we have the enterprise resource planning, ERP, CRM, and SCM as well as supply chain management. By considering and the information from the different departments, such as operating as synchronized unit, I missed a line. By consolidating information from different departments, such as finance, marketing, operations, and HR, these IIS enable an organization to operate as a synchronized unit with shared objectives and real-time data visibility. Synchronizing the data, the unit, the department, the company means amalgamating everything together at one safe place. And it means everything is fine. That is, mostly all the files are saved in the OneDrive application. But when your account is hacked, you cannot do anything because you cannot recover it properly. Then we have this integration improves communication, enhances efficiency, and supports the strategic decision making by providing a holistic view of the business activities and potential impacts across the functions of the department. First one was a unified framework and organizational cohesion. Unified framework, that is, all the rules and regulations are connected together. They're not uplived or apart, distant from each other. Explanation. Integrated information system combine various departmental systems and data sources into one comprehensive framework. This approach enables an organization to work as a cohesive unit where each function aligns with the unified objectives, enhancing collaboration and transparency. What's the purpose behind that? We're unifying the departments as well, just to make sure things are easy, they're easy going on. The plus point. The unified framework allows management to see the real-time data across the departments, aiding in the consistent decision-making. That is, what's the real picture skew of the people doing the work? Are they even able to go ahead or not? Then definitely you can do the investments. This is crucial for strategic planning as it helps organizations ensure that each department's action aligns with overarching the corporate goals. That is, you're not even over simulating the things. Things are going neutral, improving the efficiency and goal coherence as well. However, implementing an integrated information system requires significant resource investment in the terms of both time and cost, especially in large or complex organizations, because it's not cheap at all. It's really expensive, and to look after that is where the cost starts. The integration process may also encounter the resistance from the staff who are accustomed to a specific legacy system. That is, they cannot change themselves for some new technology going on. And this happens a lot. They are rigid to change. We all are rigid to change. For example, Unilever, again, it's not an SME, a multinational. A global FMCG company uses an integrated system to manage data across its supply chain, not one area, one city around the globe, sales, marketing functions. Such a huge organization. And they don't even work on one product. They have so many different varieties of product. This unified view enables Unilever to operate cohesively across countries, ensuring that product decisions align with both global and local strategies. And according to country, they change the strategies as well. Visibility of the decision interdependence. That is the decision which you as an, let's say, HOD, frontline manager, MD taking in the organization with the help of a stakeholder owner, you're able to take it through the true picture stance. What is the requirement of the real time? Integrated information system provide visibility into how one decision impacts other departments, projects, or initiatives. This interconnectivity allows leaders to assess the broader consequences of their strategic choices, creating a more holistic view of the decision outcomes. Your decision can impact not only your department, but the other department as well, and even your competitors too. The effect is not always internal, it is external as well. The plus point is within the integrated information system, managers can anticipate potential impacts of the decisions on other areas of the business. That is, a decision in product development may affect marketing, finance, or supply chain operations, and understanding these interdependencies helps avoid unintended consequences and enhances strategic alignment because you already know that your decision can affect the other. So, why to make things difficult for the others as well? Take a unified decision and go ahead. However, the interconnected nature of an IIS means that integrated information system that an error in one department can quickly propagate throughout the organization, potentially leading to the widespread issues. Additionally, it may require employees to have a broader understanding of multiple functions, which can slow decision making. Very true. If one app is down in your laptop or phone, it can hinder everything. Now, the Microsoft account, which got hacked, it has multiple accounts linked with it. I had so many things installed into it, saved into it, and my system was working with it. It I'm not right, even right now, I cannot operate the files. I was really difficult um, to even start the class today because a new account was made, new Zoom was made, and then the slides were fetched, the new updates which I wanted to do in it, I did that quickly. And then things were going on. Same things happened in the organizations as well. I talked about an SME example given by Maya. In the multinational, what happens? Literally a small mistake can hinder everything. For example, Amazon uses, again, it's a multinational integrated system to streamline its inventory management, enabling data from purchasing, sales, and logistics to be shared across departments. This ensures that changes in the stock levels or demand forecast in one region automatically reflect the logistics planning, reducing the stock outs and improving customer satisfaction. If there is a low stock going on, let's say in Jeddah, automatically the logistic department is going to get a mail that we need to supply it as quickly as possible. So you have to keep equilibrium as well, not more than the limit, not more less than the limit. There must be equilibrium between all the cities, let's say Riyadh, Jeddah, Taif, XYZ. Then number three, centralized information for increased efficiency and reduce errors. Again, we're going to have one authentic information which we have to surpass within the department. Centralized information for, maybe I can remember it once I start reading it. Centralized information for increased efficiency and reduced errors. By having all the information in one centralized location, organization can access consistent, up-to-date data, which increases efficiency and reduces the risk of errors caused by the data discrepancies. Okay. Centralized data minimizes redundancy, allowing the organization to respond quickly and accurately to strategic queries. Yes, when you have a system conjoined within one area, within one, not an area, but within one department, uh, with various departments going on in an organization, then there are high chances that you're efficient. You're more motivated. You're doing the work quite nicely. And the chances of errors, mistakes, issues are automatically reduced because the output given by the people is not from one um, person or department, it is from various. Strength. Centralization simplifies data management and retrieval, leading to time savings and reduced operational costs. Furthermore, it allows stakeholders across the organization to assess the consistent information, reducing the risk of miscommunication and enhancing the accuracy of reports. Like if one manager is not available, we can have the standby one there, or if one person is on leave, we can definitely call in the person to take over the job just for the time being. However, a centralized system can be vulnerable to cybersecurity threats, such as breach could compromise an entire organization's data. Additionally, system downtime affects all departments similarly, potentially halting the multiple operations if not managed effectively. One small short circuit literally hinders the electricity of complete house. It's just about a breaker or sometimes an issue of another voltage break. But only one issue can hinder a whole society and even a house. So what then we talk about an organization then? And when it comes to a large scale organization, things are actually really complicated. For example, General Electric implemented an integrated ERP system. ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. That centralizes data for its various divisions, sectors. The system improved the GE's ability to make quick and accurate strategic decisions by providing stakeholders with reliable, real-time data, reducing the processing errors, and enhancing the operational efficiency. That is, things are obviously controlled when you are under a good organization and someone too is supervising you. Enhanced forecasting and predictive capabilities. It means the integrated information system enables forecasting and predictive analysis by correlating information from the multiple departments. Correlating means for adjusting with them. You are um, amalgamating together, allowing management to spot the trends, what's trending in the industry, in the market, make prediction, do the assumptions, and develop the data-driven strategies. With a comprehensive data set, organizations can more accurately forecast the future outcomes and respond proactively to potential challenges as well. When you are united, you're able to cover up the problems, resolve them way too quickly as a person who's doing everything solely. Good point. Strength, accurate forecasting based on comprehensive data enables the organization to anticipate changes in demand, optimizing the resource allocation and reducing the cost as well. What happens? You're able to work on the allocation of resources nicely. You're able to use less resources, produce more, and definitely the cost is reduced less, which means more profit for the owners. This predictive capability allows for more proactive, that is the one on which you're taking the measures, informed decision making, which is crucial in fast moving industries. However, while forecasting capabilities can be powerful, they heavily rely on data quality and consistency. Inaccurate or incomplete data can lead to flawed predictions affecting strategic planning negatively. Yes, you can get overconfident as well. Additionally, sophisticated forecasting tools may require the skilled personnel and substantial financial investment as well. That is, you need a proper professional person to deal with all your statements, and you're able to go for the budgeting process as well, because without money, we not do all these things. For example, Procter and Gamble, again, a multinational, utilizes an IS that integrates data across R&D, research and development department, production and sales department, enabling effective forecasting of the consumer demand by analyzing sales trends and consumer behavior. Um, Procter and Gamble can adjust its production to meet the demand more effectively, reducing the wastage and improving the profitability. Even from the waste, we can produce something good. Like sugarcane byproduct can be used to make another product, and so on. We have so many examples which are readily available. From the rice, the husk which is left, we can use again for making another product. So, conclusion and then an example. Integrated information systems bring multiple strengths to strategic decision making, particularly by fostering a unified, efficient, and data-driven approach. When you amalgamate things together, you're able to achieve more. With the ability to centralize information, foresee the decision interdependencies, and enhance forecasting capabilities, the integrated information system can substantially boost an organization's strategic agility and accuracy. That is, you're able to take the decision easily as well, and you're able to stick on it too. However, the cost associated with the production material, production of product, dependency on high quality data, and the potential vulnerability to security risk must be carefully managed. You need to have an IFA legal. When implemented effectively, the IS supports organizations like Amazon, GA, PG in aligning their global strategies and enhancing decision-making quality. That is your even decision as a quality as well. Why about the product only? Ultimately contributing to sustainable competitive advantages. That is when you work on these things very crucially, you're able to have a benchmark with yourself. Then an example, again, according to this question from Tahzeeb, integrated information system example, an ERP system connecting sales, finance, supply chain, and HR. Like what an SME could have, only these things rarely, for three departments. Rule and decision making, data accuracy and speed, and the real time updates on the sales and inventory for the forecasting demand. Yes, that is what products are into the making and whether we are able to fulfill the demand by the consumers of the bread, eggs, cakes, pastries or not. Efficiency, link supply orders with the sales data, reducing the wastage. The supply orders you're asking from the suppliers for the raw materials and the one which you're actually selling out to the consumers. Consumer insights, CRM, customer relationship management integration helps track loyalty and preferences for the new product development. The newbies which are in the market, definitely when people go there, they talk about the products going viral and any amendments they want because it's an SME bakery. You do not have so many levels up there. You can readily go and talk and do the discussions. Financial control, consolidated view of that is sophisticated one of cash flow for the investment decisions. Again, it's an SME, so we have restrictive ground again over here as well. Evaluation. The strengths. It improves the coordination among the departments. Department just finance, the people who are dealing with the consumers, the one who's making everything at the end. It ensures annual suppliers. It ensures decisions are based on accurate data, reduce the duplication of the efforts as well. Everyone knows their role and how to perform it. However, high cost of implementation for the SME, it requires staff training, risk of system downtime as well, because we have to integrate IIS. IIS is a proper system which helps us to integrate other systems as well. We buy it and then we use it. Overall, for Tasdeep Bakers, integrated system can significantly enhance strategic choices like expansion and product innovation. They do both of these things. However, the cost-benefit analysis is vital to ensure affordability and sustainability as well. And for sustainability, what they did, they stopped the plastic bags and we're using the normal jute bags in white color for the things we grasp from there. So that is it. That is how you can deal this question while taking an example of an SME. It's not going to be difficult, it's going to be easy.